We are back with the bowling segment of the Bard Olympics. The competitors have already started their qualifying. They're bowling one game each, and the higher score you get, the higher seed you get. So I am here with the Fulton bowling legend and maybe baseball legend, Seth Sycamore, and he's got some words of wisdom for us.
Well, Andrew, I appreciate you having me on the show today. You know, this is one heck of an event. I was updated on the scoring systems for the day. So far, Mr. Dylan Bridgman is in the lead at 15 points, which is quite impressive. I did not... Who is then?
He's not the lead.
No, for the day. For the day. That's
okay,
yeah. Dylan Bridgman is in the lead for the day. But at the moment, we're in the bowling segment, which is kind of ironic that I'm simultaneously here. But through 3 frames, we have PJ Wiebengay in the lead with 32 pins, but Josh Vanderploeg is charging pretty hard here. He's got a strike and a spare. Start off this game. Bridgman is having some issues thus far. That did not fix his issues, and he's got a PBA washout to deal with here in the 3rd frame. So back to Andrew for some more commentary.
No, I'm just going to interview you. All right, so I got a couple questions for Seth here. Who is your pick for the bowling segment?
Well, that's quite the tough pick, considering that I haven't seen half of these people bowl. If we're going to go thus far, and who's got the best look this far into the day, I'm going to go with the underdog Josh Vanderploeg to take this away. But there are some sleepers in here. It's a very tight race. I don't know. We'll see.
All right, we'll update you guys on the standings. Dylan is in the lead by half a point over Craig. Dylan has 15 points. Craig has 14 and a half. In 3rd place right now is Patrick with 13 and a half points, so he's still in it. It's probably a 3-horse race at this point. It's either going to be Patrick, Dylan, or Craig. And then Josh has 11.5, and then Ryan is out of it with a score of 5.5. So we are doing qualifying. This is for the seeding for the step ladder. And so basically you want to score as high as you can so you can maybe get the 1 seed and be automatically exempt to the championship match. So this is the qualifying. Yes. So yeah, this is going to be set up a little different as Dylan throws it in the gutter again. Dylan is really the only bowler here, and he is in dead last place. So not an ideal start for Dylan. Josh Vanderploeg is currently in the lead, even though he is 1 frame behind most of the other bowlers with 50 points, and he is on a spare still. Back to Seth.
So, here at Triple Play, we have a tradition of handing someone who throws a gutter ball on their first shot, the most recent person, a trophy. And Dylan is going to be presented with that trophy right now, shortly.
Leo got it.
Andrew is going to go out and present that to Dylan as a token of gratitude. Dylan, if you'd please show that.
Put this one right here next to my other trophy.
Oh, wow, that was some pretty good trash talk from Dylan. As Ryan Snyder cleans up the spare after a gutter in the first ball of the 4th frame. And we're about halfway home here. And Josh is running away with the competition at the very moment as he has the 1-2-9 to convert, as he does very nicely. Craig Skipper leaves the bucket at 2-4-5.
Doesn't seem to be affecting you. It is a bit. Oh, yeah.
Patrick Wiebengay stepping up on the right lane, leaving it a little left, leaving himself with the 1-3-5-8-9. A pretty interesting leave. Craig Skipper attempting to clean up the bucket, as he does very nicely. Setting him up 50 in the 5th. Patrick Wiebengay. Tough break. That was a very good run at that spare conversion. Now we're up with Bridgman. Mr. Dylan Bridgman needs to keep this one out of the gutter, as that trophy was presented to him. That was a little better, but not good, as Andrew had said. All right. Ryan Snyder.
Wow, he looks like pretty good.
128. Pretty easy spare for a right-hander. As Bridgman is going to attempt to convert the exact same spare with an avalanche. And Andrew is going to speak for a little while.
All right, we back. And for most of these competitors not being legitimate bowlers, this is very impressive. Besides Dylan, he is in last place, and he is the only bowler here. And he just got a tough break and opened somehow. Dylan is very upset with himself. He is halfway through this game and is in by far dead last, even though the other 4 competitors are not legitimate bowlers like he is. Josh throws another good one. Oh, bad break. Got the 4-9 out of that one. That was not good. Craig gets the trophy, doesn't he?
Yep.
All right, so Seth will be presenting the gutter trophy to Craig. And so right now, Josh is running away with this, even though he has a tough spare ahead of him. So he will probably open right here. He's got 1 pin. All right. That's all right. Josh has a 32-point lead over the second place, Ryan Snyder, right now. So Josh is in a very comfortable position, as Craig also gets presented the gutter trophy, and he is very excited about that. There it is. So come to Triple Play if you like to throw gutter balls, because you will be presented a trophy. Only at Triple Play. And we will go back to Seth.
All right, here we are, closing up the 6th frame as Dylan Bridgman leaves a 9-pin. His first shot that was relatively close. He didn't even hit the pocket, but at the same time, he did leave it. Patrick Weebgay is showing some emotion like a child. But Dylan Bridgman with the cleanup effort here in the 6th frame as Ryan Snyder stepped up on the left lane, lane 7. Just as a reminder to all, this event is sponsored by Triple Play. Any of your bowling needs, please come on up and talk to Rick Peterson or any of the available workers, and they will help you out. Dylan Bridgman with a whiff on a single pin. Oh, my goodness. I got a ball for Ryan Snyder. He is. And we're going to have a transfer of the trophy. And Ryan Snyder will now be the recipient until the next gutter ball and the first ball is thrown. Josh Vanderploeg almost got a fantastic break getting the 5 and the 7 out, but left himself with just the 5. Ryan Snyder cleaning up the effort again. He's done that 2 or 3 times this game already. Had to throw a first ball gutter, and then now it's just a fight for last place between PJ Weebgay and Bridgman. Craig on the left lane. Josh cleaned up the spare very nicely. Craig leaving a very reminiscent 5-pin on the left lane. This is quite the competition. These guys have worked very hard on this. I've watched them several nights come in here and work on all the brackets and all the technicalities. You know, I don't give much credit to Alex Hartman, but this is one of the few things I will give him credit for. So Patrick Weebgay throwing a very nice strike here in the 7th frame. Craig attempting at the 5, just barely nicks it, keeping himself in competition right here.
Talk about Josh and his performance.
Josh's performance is quite impressive thus far. He is almost at 100 pins already in the 6th frame. Now, most bowlers, that's not an extreme good competition, those who compete on a regular basis, but for someone who does not bowl at all like Josh does, it is very impressive. I am impressed thus far. Bridgman trying to get the ball to hook a little bit. Does not. He's about to punch a wall, I believe. Ryan Snyder trying to clean up the 1-2-4 and takes only the 2 and the 4, leaving the head pin.
That's a plastic ball. It's a square ball. So
All right. Greg Skipper stepping up on the right lane, trying to close the gap. That is going to be close. Very lucky to not throw it in the channel, leaving himself with the 1-2-7. Reminiscent of what Mr. Bridgman leaves. Does he clean it up? Yes, he does. For his first mark in the qualifying competition. or portion of this competition. Excuse me.
That guy hit the rail. So fun.
This is very interesting. Craig Skipper stepping up on the right lane to convert the 127. That is right. And he misses them all. Josh Vanderploeg, first bad shot of the day, throwing it in the left gutter. Still with a fairly large lead. Second place actually being Mr. Ryan Snyder after 7 frames with 78 pins.
Fourth or fifth seed, you're going to be in the last match, or in the first match, and then you need to get at least third.
All right. Josh Vanderploeg with the cleanup effort here in the 7th frame.
Looks good.
Not too bad. And he does clean it up. That's may have lost the count on the first shot, but he definitely saved himself with the spare conversion. Mr. Patrick Wiebengay, also known as Idiot, stepping up on the left lane. Oh, that's left. He almost got it back to the pocket, leaving the 1-3-7-9-10 washout. Mr. Bridgman taking out his track chamois square, trying to rally the demons here, attempting to make himself a somewhat respectable finisher in this event. Patrick Wiebengay with the cleanup effort here in the 8th. Throwing a messenger across the deck. Oh, just a little shy. Bridgman trying to dig himself a hole. His first quality shot of the qualifying event. Trying to catch Patrick Wiebengay in the last position. Ryan Snyder attempting to hook the ball a little bit, leaving himself with a 1-2-4. Now let us talk to a couple of the hosts here. So, this is a second-year event, correct?
Yeah.
This was started last year. What do you expect the future of this event to be going forward?
I expect it to keep growing. Next year, our plans are even bigger. We're going to have more events and different events, and I think we'll be instead of 5 people, even though we were supposed to have 12. I think we're going to be in the double digits for sure next year, and expect to have more participation in the future.
Mr. Hartman, what do you have to add on to that?
Nothing.
There you have it. Man, a few words. That is a good way. As my father would call him, genius. So here we are coming down the home stretch of the qualifying portion of this event. In the lead after 8 frames, we have Mr. Josh Vanderploeg at 122 pins, followed by Mr. Ryan Snyder at 85, and then Patrick Wiebengay at 82, and Craig Skipper rounding out after that at 80. Dylan Bridgman has a chance to increase his score in the 8th frame, so I do not have a standing for him quite yet. But he is at 73 currently on a strike. Craig Skipper with a good cleanup on the 1-2-7-8. Patrick Wiebengay on the 1-3-8. Pretty good shot at it. That's a very good conversion. Keep himself ahead of Mr. Skipper. All right, Dylan stepping up here. Big, crucial shot for him to put himself back into contention right here. That is close. That is close. Little hard. Leaving the bucket, 2-4-5. Ryan Snyder trying to hook the ball a little bit. That was, just a little high in the pocket, leaving the 4-pin.
Yeah, you just doesn't hook.
Now, we're going to look at the cleanup efforts here between that. With a spare, this will put Mr. Bridgman ahead of both Craig Skipper and Patrick Wiebengay going down the home stretch.
Big spare here, big spare.
Big spare. That's a very good point. Big spare here. Oh, boy, he's got to hook it a lot. Oh, boy.
Oh, no.
Not a very good effort there from Mr. Bridgman. Putting himself at 89 in the 9th. Honestly, Ryan Snyder also ditching one here, but keeping himself very well in a very good position to keep ahead of Bridgman, but he's also going to be behind Mr. Skipper and Mr. Wiebengay. All right, Josh stepping up here in the 9th frame. Craig Skipper starting the 10th frame for this qualifying event.
Good.
Pretty good, a little hard.
Got the weak ball, doesn't look.
Leaving himself with the 1-2-9.
Oh, that's
Josh
good.
Vanderploeg. Oh, just a little high, leaving a 4-pin.
You got it, though, Josh. You got it. Just hit some pins, you're good. If Josh makes this spare, he should have the game.
Josh has the game in hand. Yes. Yes, he has won the game.
He already has.
Yes, he has won the game. Josh Vanderploeg is your qualifying leader at 132 pins with a spare. Very impressed to that from this performance thus far.
You won, Josh. You already won.
So now we're going to be deciding seeds 2 through 5. Craig Skipper stepping up, looking to maximize his score at 117.
You're the one seed for sure. You can't even come back. Even if you throw in the gutter, you still won.
Oh, Craig Skipper, what was that? Oh, boy.
Solemn pin.
That gives Patrick Wiebengate a wide open door to take advantage, and he does not. Out the window, getting 6 on his first ball. Now, this is a very crucial spare for Patrick, because if he can make this spare, he can give himself a clear path to the 2nd seed. It's going to be a very, very interesting chain of events here very shortly. Patrick Wiebengate attempting to clean up the 1-3, and he does. That was excellent. One of the few things he does that is excellent. That was one of them. Dylan Bridgman, another bucket, 2-4-5. Patrick needs 1 pin to force Mr. Ryan Snyder to mark and get good count. Oh, no. To force...
Ahead of Craig by 1.
Yes, he does need to get ahead of Craig by 1 pin. And he does so. Now this is going to make things interesting, because Patrick scored 117, a respectable score through the general terms of this event. Bridgman does not make 100. Shot 96. Okay. Dylan Bridgman is your for sure, well, not for sure, highly probable 5 seed for the event. Oh, Ryan Steiner making things interesting. If he can throw one more strike and get decent count in this frame, he will be your number 2 seed for the stepladder finals. Josh Vanderploeg leaving the 5-9, just cleaning up his efforts, getting out of the way so everybody else can finish up their qualifying effort. By everybody, I mean Mr. Snyder.
Josh can't win, though. He's too far back.
He can, how many points can he get from this event
5.
if he wins? Oh, that was a terrible break,
Well, actually, yeah,
leaving
he can.
himself behind.
Josh still has a chance to win if he wins, so we'll think.
And that's what I'm saying.
If Dylan gets last.
And he's got a chance. Very respectable 148 from Mr. Josh Vanderploeg.
Josh,
Excellent job.
If Dylan gets last.
Mr. Ryan Snyder cleaning up his effort. All right, rounding out here, your stepladder finals for the bowling event of the Bard Olympics. Your number 5 seed, residing from Fulton, Illinois, Mr. Dylan Bridgman. Your number 4 seed, also residing from Fulton, Illinois, Mr. Craig Skipper. Your 3rd seed, residing from Fulton, Illinois, Mr. Ryan Snyder. Your 2nd seed, residing from Fulton, Illinois, Mr. Patrick Wiebengate.
All right.
And your tournament leader, after 1 game of qualifying, Mr. Josh Vanderploeg from Fulton, Illinois. So we're going to take a quick break here, get everything lined up for the finals of this event.
Yes. You have to win, though, to have a chance to win the whole thing.
And now here, Alex Hartman for his few words of wisdom while he sets up the stepladder finals.
Nothing I can think of right now.
There you go.
You ain't first, you're last. All right, that's how it is.
Craig, I expect you to finish last. You weren't my pick in this competition.
Hey.
I thought that was supposed to be a call, so I thought you spelled Ryan wrong, and then I was wrong. Just get rid of the other 2 bowlers. The other 3 bowlers.
Here, I'm gonna go help. I'm gonna go help them. Just give me a second.
Here, talk to him.
Bridgman, I got it.
All right, so Seth is going to help out the situation.
I need the scores.
I got him. And I just gave Alex the scores, and we are getting ready to go here. Are we still on, Hartman? Okay. We are still live here. Seth is programming the names so they will fit the stepladder. Seth is giving some very wise explanations to Craig and Dylan. And And I just dropped my chair.
Yeah, I knew that was going to happen.
Are you ready to go?
All right, you got to get up. Seth's coming. Not yet, not yet. Wait. He's getting ready. In just a minute, we will start the first round of the step ladder with Craig and Dylan.
Quite the matchup here.
Yes, Dylan's number 5.
So, your first match, as mentioned, is between Mr. Dylan Bridgman and Mr. Craig Skipper.
Craig's number 4, right?
Yeah. Craig is 4. Yeah. Ryan is 3. Ryan is 3, Patrick is 2, and who is 1?
Ryan.
And I know all of these young gentlemen are going to want to extend a very nice thank you to Mr. Rick Peterson for sponsoring them in this event. They went to him, and he was very kind to let them come in and bowl, set up all their equipment, and just give them undesired attention. So thank you, Mr. Rick Peterson, and all of his staff at Triple Play. Mr. Craig Skipper starting off the first match of match play on the left lane.
Oh, good shot.
Little left to target, leaving himself the 1-3-9 to clean up. Mr. Craig Skipper, all of these young men, to my knowledge, are going to be seniors at Fulton High School this coming fall.
Dylan is not. Ryan is not. Patrick's not.
According to what?
We're in the same group. Seniors, but the rest of them basically aren't.
Oh, wait. Okay. So,
One year younger.
I get my age groups mixed up because they're all stupid, but juniors and seniors, this is upperclassmen. This is going to be an interesting competition. I played baseball with a few of them. I bowled with a few of them. You know, this is going to be an interesting competition. Like I said, a lot of hard work was put into this, so. Dylan Bridgman stepping up on the right lane to start off this match. And nuts the first shot. 10 straight back on lane number 8. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, sit down.
You're
Sit
still on.
down. 1, 2, 2, 2, 2. Professional format. Be professional. Patrick Wiebengate is trying to fist bump me, and I will not give one to him.
The next person goes 2, and they just keep going 2 every time. You just switch sides.
All right, Mr. Bridgman stepping up on the left lane, working on a strike in the first frame, trying to extend his lead over Mr. Craig Skipper here. Oh, that was pathetic. Oh, what the hell was that? Excuse me. Leaving himself the 135-6-9 or 135-6-10.
Ouch. That loud noise was a fellow bowler over there.
If you were to rewind the stream and look over in the corner or left corner of your screen, you could see that happen live. So, just a piece of information. Dylan Bridgman with the cleanup effort on the very difficult spare that he leaves here. That's not going to do it. That's not going to do it. Nope. Taking the 136-10 off and leaving the 5.
Still leading.
When he comes back, we got to clap.
You see Leo in the left corner entering the back row.
Thanks to our wonderful crew.
Craig Skipper stepping up here in the second frame. That's pretty close. Oh, that was a terrible break, leaving himself the 5-10 split.
Yeah, you're shaking the camera.
All right. Difficult spare or split conversion coming up from Mr. Craig Skipper. Can definitely help him cut into the lead that Mr. Bridgman has put up. Oh, that was terrible. That was in the gutter before it even got to the range markers.
That's a Bob question.
So, Blake, your name is Bobby, right?
No.
His name is Bobby. Good to know. All right. Craig Skipper stepping up on the left lane.
Oh, no.
Little right. Leaving himself with a lead we've seen quite too often, the 1-2-4.
I don't know what you're going to do. I think Dylan's going to win, dude. Still early, though.
we're already hearing predictions from the booth here. We do not need to hear those predictions. This is a long competition with how many events left? This is the last event. Oh boy. Oh boy.
This is all the marbles. Oh no.
Oh, Craig. See, Craig likes to call me his dad, and I disown anybody who throws a bowling ball like that.
Listen to the screen.
You might have heard Craig crying in despair. That's because he probably was. Dylan Bridgman stepping up on the right lane here in the third frame, looking to extend his lead. Out the window. Leaving himself with the 1, 4, 5, 7, 8. Interesting spare conversion. So, here in the booth, while we have a little extra time, college is coming up for at least for you two. What are we thinking this far? No, I don't care about Blake. He's going to be a pilot. But where do you see yourself come here a year from now?
I'm looking at a few schools right now. I really enjoyed Illinois Wesleyan when I went down there and took a visit. I also, good spare there by Dylan. That's clutch. Anyway, I went to Ambrose and took a visit. Really liked the golf coach, and that's also another very good option. And I also went to Augustana and really enjoyed that too. So it's probably going to be one of those three schools for me. I don't know about Alex. What are you going to do? What are you looking at for college?
I've been looking at a few schools around the area. I don't plan on going super far away. I probably won't live from home unless I go to some really close community college. But I plan on at least bowling in school. But I guess the school in which I'm going to go to is unknown at this point. But I plan on majoring in some sort of digital media.
Well, there you have it. Just as a little piece of knowledge from both of our competitors. We actually got Hartman to talk for a little bit, so that was good. Dylan Bridgman throwing a strike here in the fourth frame, extending his lead to a whopping 24 pins as Craig rounds out the fourth frame. It's 24. Just we don't know what Craig's going to do yet. Craig Skipper throwing a very nice shot. And he answers the call, throwing a strike, keeping the lead right at 24. He can reduce the lead to 14 pins with another strike right here in the fifth frame.
Less than that. Strike hole.
Cuts it by 10. This isn't the Ryder Cup, Schrader.
All right. Don't listen to me.
All right, stepping up. Big shot. Fifth frame. Oh, boy. Leaving himself with the 1-3-6 to clean up here in the fifth frame. For those of you that are listening or will watch in the future and don't know, I am a collegiate bowler at St. Ambrose going into my sophomore season. That's why I asked them what they were planning on doing. So, just a little bit. Oh, I don't need to do that. They don't care about that. Oh, Craig, you're an idiot. You are king of dumb. I mean, his IQ is still double Patrick Wiebengate's, but that's another story for another day.
So basically, his IQ
Watch the
is
stream.
2 and Patrick is 1.
Uh-huh.
What's Dylan's IQ?
You ever looked at a rock? Dylan Bridgman trying to double up. Does not answer.
Who's the most intelligent one here that's the competitor? Josh or Ryan?
Well, if we multiply their IQs, we might get close to my average bowling score altogether, but, you know.
Ouch. Yeah.
I'm roasting everybody at this point. All right. Dylan Bridgman cleaning up the 1-2-8. Oh, boy.
Got it.
Oh, boy. Taking the 1-2 off. Halfway through match number 1 in our stepladder final, Mr. Dylan Bridgman is leading Mr. Craig Skipper by 26 pins heading into the 6th frame. I appreciate Andrew and Alex and their entire staff letting me commentate this event. This is quite
It's a little last minute.
a little last minute. I kind of just wandered in looking to practice, but, you know, it kind of just happened, and here we are. A lot of people in here anyway.
You weren't going to be here.
I didn't think I was going to be. Oh, that was bad. Leaving himself with a very difficult multi-pin spare, the 2-5. You know, most people aren't going to think this spare is difficult, but it's very easy to take the 2-pin straight back off the 5-pin if you throw it just right. I think it's genius over here.
You're bumping the table. Stop.
Mr. Bridgman to clean up the event. He's going to take only the 5, yep.
Why'd you use the avalanche there, idiot? Still in the lead, though. Up by 25. Yeah. Can you push the table?
All right, let's see what this kid's made of right here. 6 frame. Not bad, Craig.
Then hook.
Didn't catch it at the bottom of the swing, leaving himself with a very easy 1-2 conversion here in the 6th. So there are only 4 events in this event, or in this
5.
competition. There are 5.
Pool, bags, pool, bags, tire flip, basketball, and bowling.
So what are the future events that are going to be added?
We were thinking about.
I don't know this kid. I don't know who this
What were we
kid
thinking
is.
about?
I just don't.
We were thinking about adding events like ping pong, darts, yeah. Not water polo, but that'd be cool if we could do that. A food eating competition. I think Dylan would win that.
Hey, Andrew, I'm just gonna get gutters the rest of the time. This is the same speed I was going when I got pulled over. I'm gonna get gutters the rest of the game.
All right, so a little story here that Dylan brought up, and I have to talk about. A couple months ago, Dylan was trying to. About 1 month ago, Dylan was trying to get back to the bowling alley where he's at right now, very quickly after he was in Sterling, Illinois. He was taking Highway 30, Highway 30, and there was a cop, a sheriff, waiting for him perfectly, catching him go 30 miles an hour over the speed limit. Yesterday, Dylan, because he went so far over the speed limit, had to go to court in Sterling, where he was convicted of some sort of crime, reckless driving, and may face up to 2 years in jail time, like no joke, and prison, whatever. Thank you, Bob. And or a $1,500 fine, or 2 years on probation. So the 85 is very reminiscent. Is that a word?
Reminiscent.
Reminiscent. There you go. Reminiscent of what happened about a month ago. 85 miles an hour in a 55. So that's a little story. There you go. You ready to get the mic back, Seth?
Yeah, you know, I'm just kind of listening to all these stories, you know. Personally, I think all 8 of these kids are idiots, but that's just my opinion. Dylan Bridgman picking up the spare, at least giving himself a chance. Keeping his lead actually fairly large going into the 8th frame here.
95 miles an hour now. That's where we're at.
Oh boy.
Dylan must have sped up 10 miles an hour.
That's what he was going today. 95.
Yeah, he was. He was going 95 to catch up to Craig. He did. On Highway 84. And that sucked. Washout.
If I was their coach right now, I would be disgusted. Especially Bridgman.
You did. So do it again.
You did it.
You're at 107 miles an hour, Dylan. Slow down. You're at 107 miles an hour. Okay, so 85 was pushing it. Now 95 is really pushing it. All right.
Dylan Bridgman trying to clean up the washout here in the 8th. Has a chance. Oh, sends the head pin around the 10, rendering him.
Still in the
I'm
lead.
going 110. 110. That's good speed. 110. Real good speed. Another court date. We'll be all right.
Oh yeah. He has another court date in 2 months on the dot. The 21st, so in actually a little less than 2 months.
Interesting story. I actually was in a vehicle going 85 in a 55, passed a state trooper, and did not get pulled over. So, just a little blurb about
I saw that you were cute and I didn't want to.
Ethan Fish was.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all his beard.
It was quite the interesting day.
That's all his beard in his hat.
That was before we went to.
He has a big beard.
He's a big boy.
So is he?
Ethan Fish could beat the shit out of Dylan Bridgman. Excuse my profanity.
Who would win, you or Ethan?
That's not even a question, Mr. Ethan Fish. But anyway, Craig Skipper cleaning up a spare. That's not even a question.
I don't know. Stan's pretty big.
Yeah, okay. Stand to stand. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Craig Skipper stepping up here, trying to give himself. Oh my God.
Giving up. He has totally lost all effort.
Unless Craig,
There you
if Craig does not get more than 6 pins on this ball, this match is over and Dylan Bridgman wins. Yeah, you still have to finish the match. Oh no. Oh my God, he got 6. Okay, so all Dylan Bridgman needs in the last 2 frames is 1 pin to close the match out. In 2 frames, 1 pin.
Yes,
1 pin to win the match.
Dylan needs 1 to win the match. You hit it with your ass. No. It's fucking bent over.
Watch your profanity, boy. Dylan Bridgman has won this match with that beautiful strike. So,
End it now. Hey, let's be done.
all right. So, as a formality in the rules of this event, they are going to just simply end the game, and they are going to restart with the 5 seed Dylan Bridgman facing off with the number 3 seed Ryan Snyder.
Dylan, we're done. Move on.
It's 1 frame. It ain't gonna hurt him. Go up there and finish with him. Go finish with him. All right. I'm gonna take a quick commercial break. Andrew's gonna do the commentary for a little while.
All right, a very clutch win by Dylan Bridgman there. Speaking, he is the only legitimate bowler here. He should be higher than the 5 seed, but he just isn't. So, really not an unexpected victory for him.
Leo.
As he just adds insult to the injury with a spare in the 9th frame. Or 10th frame, sorry. So a very commanding win here for Dylan Bridgman. And that takes Craig Skipper's chances for winning the Bard Olympics out of his hands. Because Dylan automatically gets more points than him, so Craig's chances for winning the Bard Olympics are over. Meaning, Dylan is the Bard Olympics champion. Because the only... Oh, maybe not. Never mind. Sorry. Patrick, it's either going to be Patrick or Dylan that win the Bard Olympics. You're heading home? Craig is leaving. Do you have any final words for the live stream?
Fuck this shit.
All right, we'll have to leave that out. Very immature words there by Craig. All right, so Dylan has a final score of 146. Write that down, Bob, by their names. And he will now be facing Ryan Snyder. Yeah. It is all down to either Dylan or Patrick to who wins the Bard Olympics. And if Dylan wins this next match, that means that he automatically wins the Bard Olympics.
Really?
Yes.
Yes.
Because you kicked Craig out. If Dylan beats Ryan right here, he automatically wins the Bard Olympics. He's way ahead of you. He's a point and a half ahead. He's, huh? 13.5. He has 15.
So if he gets 3rd.
And you, oh shoot, yeah. You never mind. You have to win 2 in a row, unless PJ messes up.
If I win, if I win, I will be 5. Then what do we do?
Huh?
What do we do if I win?
Roll off. If you tie, you get a roll. You can't tie. You have a half a point, and he has 15. So there's no possible way you can tie.
You get 2.5.
No, for the step ladder, there's a clear 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th for the step ladder. What? 3 points. 3 points.
Should bring me to 18. won't he be at if you got
If he
first?
if Patrick won and you got third, Patrick would win the whole thing by half a point.
I'm gonna go finish.
All right, we're gonna go to the next match.
Let's see what would happen if Craig struck out.
Craig's or Dylan's just gonna finish out Craig's game here for him. You can end it. End it for now. Or mute it for now. Start up.
And I am back, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are in the second match of the Bard Olympics Bowling Stepladder Final between number 3 seed Ryan Snyder and number 5 seed Dylan Bridgman. I gotta finagle my chair here. I don't want to knock all their cords off. You know, Hartman doesn't do much work. I told you, but all this technical stuff is his doing. So
That's his mine. He has another one at home too.
I should 1-inch punch it and just put a hole in it. All right, Ryan Snyder stepping up to start this match. First frame, a little hard, leaving the 1-2-4.
He throws it so hard for no reason.
Very interesting lead.
Hey, Dylan.
He's left that quite a few times thus far
Make it
today.
10 frames.
Ryan Snyder to clean up. That was right. No,
Spare ball doesn't hook.
spare ball does not hook. That is correct. 7 out, first frame. Dylan Bridgman stepping up on the right lane in the first frame of his second game in this stepladder final.
Brooklyn.
With a Brooklyn strike to start off the second match for him. Dylan Bridgman working on already a 13-pin lead heading into the second frame. And for those who don't understand, when we say a lead, unless the score has been solidified, it's if they go strike spare every frame as Dylan leaves the 1-2-8.
Oh my god. That's not good if you're in your leg. Hey, stop messing with my stuff.
PJ won. That's why he voted.
Yeah. PJ, it's either going to be PJ or Dylan. Craig is out of it now, getting last. So it's either PJ or Dylan. And Josh is now out of it because Dylan moved on. Well,
Very nice cleanup
wait a second.
from Mr. Bridgman.
Yep. Josh is out of it now. Josh, you cannot possibly win now. Okay. You had to get dead last and I had to get first. By half a point, you can get within. You can get within half a point.
If he loses,
If Dylan loses.
Ryan Snyder stepping up here in the second frame.
If you lose,
Very bad
Josh
break,
wins,
leaving just the
you'll get
9.
half a point behind you. Really? Yes. If you'll get at least 17 and he'll be at 16 and a half.
Ryan Snyder with the spare ball trying to clean it up. He does not.
And I did a strike and very quick ball. I go, maybe I just wanted to run the whole stuff.
All right. Ryan Snyder stepping up here in the third frame. Oh, boy.
He meant that fist bump. Like,
Yeah, he was being very sarcastic with that fist bump. That's a good point to make.
He was happy.
That just dictates that Andrew Schrader is, in fact, dumb, everybody. Good for you, Andrew.
Hopefully I'm not as big of an idiot as Patrick.
Oh, that's debatable.
Okay. We'll look at GPAs.
GPA's book smart. You can be book smart and not actually be smart.
That's true.
I know plenty of people that are like that. Anyway,
Like me.
Ryan Snyder trying to go out, does not make the spare, leaving him with 24 after the third frame. Dylan Bridgman stepping up,
3.0 GPA.
now rounding up. That is surprising. I mean, it's not hard to get a 3.0 at Fulton High.
Yeah,
So,
but he was like way below it. His freshman and sophomore.
all right, left. Oh boy, and another lucky strike from Bridgman.
Dude, Dylan might win.
You are the new Hartman, Bridgman. You are the new Hartman. Oh, you were insulted. That was meant for 100% insult. Just for all the viewers at home. Can you see who's live streaming this right now?
No, we're not live streaming.
Oh, this was live stream.
No, we don't have any. The internet's not good enough here.
Oh, that sucks. Hey, I can say whatever I want. You guys can just edit it out. All right, good to know. All right, Dylan Bridgman stepping up here in the fourth frame, looking to double up here.
Through an hour and 40 minutes at least.
Leaving the reverse.
Might be like 2 hours.
He
Just for bowling. Okay, then we have another hour on top of that. At least.
Dylan left the
Might have a
1-2-8, I believe, last time. Now he's with the 1-3-9 this frame.
We can make them all separate. They'll at least all be like 15 minutes. The tire flip will be as short as this. I say we still have 5 separate. I think that'd be better. Get more views.
Bridgman trying to clean up the effort here in the fourth, and he does very nicely. So, recap after 4 frames, since the scoreboards are kind of difficult to see, the lead is 36 pins for Mr. Bridgman.
So, if you win this one, yeah, you had to beat him.
Ryan Snyder stepping up.
Last pass, lose.
Ooh, interesting lead. The one, or not the one, oh my god. The 3-9 spare here. Hey, you know who you remind me of, Bobby? Stephen Wainwright.
Now you got it.
For the spare. Does very nicely, covering the 3-9 here in the fourth.
That was really good for a spare ball. Hurt my leg. I haven't had losing circulation.
Ryan Snyder stepping up, trying to close in on the lead. Does very nicely, throwing a strike right at Mr. Bridgman, right in his face. Here comes Mr. Bridgman here in the bottom of the fifth.
You gotta drive to full though. Ever talk about the time that Dylan was in his backswing and the ball flew out of his hand and landed right in the rack, like perfectly?
Yeah, you did tell me that. Oh, that was a good effort. Shaking a 7-pin left here in the fifth frame.
Brooklyn.
Well, interesting story from my bowling days when my brother was younger and his backswing was a lot higher. He actually hit one of those TVs that you see above on the screen in his backswing. One of the more interesting things I've ever seen in my life. But, yeah.
Didn't he also like hit a strike so hard that I shot a pin up and got 8
Yep,
more?
he had a strike one time on lane number 7 that actually knocked pins down on lane number 6. You know, Stan's really good at doing things that
Never seen before.
you've never seen before, but he still can't beat me, just for the record. So,
He did break that thing right there.
Bridgman cleaned up the spare here in the fifth frame. Halfway home, Mr. Bridgman holds himself on a very nice
That was
35-pin advantage.
Daniel got the best one.
I can assure you this match is not over yet. Ryan Snyder is actually showing some
sounds strike.
very good promise in the way that the ball is moving. Bridgman's ball reaction is terrible. He's just been able to clean up his spares this game. He was sandbag. That's a pretty good shot. And he shakes another 7 here in the 6th.
You're good. I picked Dylan. I think he's just gonna sweep it.
Well, the next match is actually going to decide the Bard Olympics. You realize it? Yeah, because it's going to be between Patrick and, at this point, oh no, missed the 7 in the 6.
Josh, then Dylan will win the whole thing.
I'm just saying the next match is going to be very determinate.
So
Anyway,
if Patrick even wins, that doesn't mean he wins the whole thing.
Ryan Snyder looking to close in on his lead from Mr. Bridgman. Oh boy.
Very disgusting. And he got locked in.
Interesting leave. A good 5 count. The 3, 4, 7, or 8, 9, 10 split. That looks more like the Greek church than anything you would ever see before.
There's an extra fun too.
Going for count, opting for count.
I don't think he was, but
Well, he did anyway, yeah. So, Bridgman still sits on a very good 37-pin cushion going into the bottom or into the top of the 7th frame.
yeah, but we gotta get like third and fourth. No, I know. If I did a championship against Dylan, always I'm guaranteed second place. And Dylan's gonna be
Oh no.
No, it doesn't matter. Patrick might be third.
Brian throws one in the left gutter here. And there is a new trophy presentation. Bridgman and Blake don't know how to keep stopping from bumping the camera, but that's why that's your choice. This is your quality of film, not mine. Giving it a chuck. Just clean up here. Snyder, you're not out of this yet. You're not out of this. Bridgman stepping up here in the bottom of the 7th frame. Looking to go in for the kill. Oh boy. High 4-pin leave. So max scores at this point for Mr. Ryan Snyder. His maximum score is 180. For Mr. Bridgman, his max score, if he converts a spare, is a whopping 217. Oh no. Oh boy. Back-to-back missed single pins for Bridgman. You can see the pressure's kind of setting in on him. Ryan throws a strike here in the 8th frame. It's going to be an interesting ball game, folks. Here we go. Top of the 8th. Pretty good, pretty good. Oh, a stone 5-pin. In college, the terminology we use for that, no drive, no 5.
The only way that I'll actually bowl this is if Patrick beats me. Yeah, I didn't get it. Yeah, my dad voted today, and I was supposed to do something. I didn't help him. My mom didn't tell me.
Dylan Bridgman clean it up. That's very nicely. Ryan Snyder stepping up here in the 8th frame. This is a crucial shot for Ryan. With that spare, lowers Dylan's maximum score to 196. Ryan still is within striking range, but needs to get on that horse quickly. Not a very bad shot there. Oh, terrible break, ringing a 10-pin. Very nice shot from that young man. Stepping up to convert the spare, to give himself at least a chance. And does it hang on? It does not. He doesn't know how to bowl. That's expected. This isn't a coaching event. This is a competition event. Ryan stepping up. Another 10-pin? No, he does strike there. Good shot. So now Bridgman has the table set. Ryan's maximum score is 158. Dylan needs to fill these last 2 frames to give himself the best chance possible to win this match and move on to see the number 2 seed, Patrick Gubigay. Oh, that's pretty good. Oh, that was a great break.
You talking about his girlfriend or his mother?
His mom. It's his mom's birthday, and she's having a breakdown because he's not home.
Oh boy.
I don't even give a shit about her birthday. I really didn't do anything for her birthday.
Bridgman stepping up, looking to go in for the kill right here in the 10th frame. And the match is over. Dismissing Ryan Snyder very promptly with that double up here in the 10th frame. So Dylan is moving on into a very crucial match in this Olympics to Mr. Patrick Weavingay and Mr. Dylan Bridgman. And we're going to fast track. Here's Andrew for the rest of this match.
You have to beat him. Very impressive comeback for Dylan after that terrible round of qualifying that he had.
He's sweating.
Dylan's a little sweaty. He's a big guy, so it's going to happen. And he dropped his glasses, which is very expected out of him, but very impressive by Dylan. He will be in the 180s, which is a very respectable score. And Ryan Snyder just got beat. Just sometimes you just get beat. Ryan didn't bowl a terrible game. Sometimes your competition just gets the best of you. And that's exactly what happened in this match. So the next match will be the deciding match for the entire Bartlett Olympics. Whoever wins that match will most likely be the champion, unless Patrick beats Dylan and then loses to Josh. Then Dylan would still be the champion of the Bartlett Olympics. But
Impressed with that.
how did that match go?
Thought I did pretty well. I thought I did pretty well.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive. That was almost double your qualifying score. You shot a 96 in the qualifying and then almost doubled it with a 182.
Only a 96?
Yes.
Oh, I suck.
Well, now you're not. So, yeah. What changed for you?
I guess I just got used to throwing the ball and I figured out how to throw it.
Very good spare there for Ryan Snyder, even though it does not matter anymore. But he didn't bowl a bad game. He just got beat by Dylan. That's just how it is. Sometimes, yeah, you just get beat.
Went to the bathroom.
Really? He's so nervous.
He's so nervous. He's throwing up.
And that's in the gutter. All right, that concludes match number 3. With Dylan shooting a 182.
Number 2.
No, it's not. This is match number 2.
Oh, okay.
And then, yeah. And then,
Snyder shooting 128.
so now, in the second to last match of the stepladder, it will be Patrick versus Dylan.
Damn, there you go.
Patrick currently has 13.5 points. Dylan has 15 points. So whoever wins this will most likely be the Bartlett Olympics champion. So we're about ready to go here after Alex configures stuff a little more.
No.
No?
Hey, did you hear what I told Josh? So when I was in match 4 with Craig, when I threw my first ball, or when I went up to throw it, he goes, I like how Dylan's the only bowler out here, and he is the last place for qualifying. And after I threw that strike, and I was like, I'm just here to run the step ladder.
Yeah, that's a good thing about stepladder. Even if you're the last seed, if you bowl well, you can beat anybody and then just keep moving up. So let's get this on the road here. So
Why, do you not have shoes on, PJ?
we will be starting the second to last match shortly.
Coming back and winning next year.
That was Ryan Snyder. He is very confident in his chances next year. Good to hear. Good to hear. He did not perform his best today, getting I think a total of 7.5 points, which will make him be dead last in this competition. But Josh, the number 1 qualifier for bowling is here, and I'll ask him a couple questions. What went right for you in the qualifying?
My bowling.
Okay. Were you hitting your marks, or like were you just getting lucky?
It was a bit of both. I was hitting some shots, some of them were pretty lucky, but it worked out. Worked out in the end.
Yeah, for not being a full-time bowler, well, I guess a defined bowler, Josh did very well, shooting a 148 and beating everybody by 31 pins. The next closest was 31 pins behind. So that was very impressive. And he will either take on Patrick or Dylan in the final match of this stepladder. A horrible start for Patrick, throwing it in the gutter, but this one looks a little better. Only 7 pins in the first frame for Patrick. That's not the start he was looking for. To beat this man who is up on your screen right now, you're going to have to do more than get 7 pins per frame. You're going to have to get some strikes and some spares. He is on fire right now. He is showing why he is a defined bowler. Even though that shot wasn't as good, but he still carries it. Got the late kick on the 7 pin. That's how you know you're getting all the breaks. Even Dylan says that that should not have happened. So that's how you know that you got a really lucky break. Just as Josh got some of those in the qualifying. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, as my grandpa says. He's got it. He's got my chamois. Dylan with a second shot in this match. Gets a good break. It went a little high, but he only left behind 1 pin, and it is the 6 pin. So a very makeable spare for Dylan. If he makes it, he will be in the lead by a large margin over Patrick Wiebengay. And he does, just by the skin of his teeth. I don't know if you saw that or not, because Patrick stood up, but he in fact knocked it over. So it is now 30-7, but Patrick is 1 frame behind. But either way, after 2 frames, Dylan will be winning this Bar Olympics crowning match. This is the match that will decide the winner. A decent shot there for Patrick, only leaving behind 2 pins, the 1 and 3. Once again, we will shout out Triple Play Bowling. That's where we're at right now. Yeah, as you can see, the logo on the right side of your screen. It is a very good bowling alley if you're looking for some cheap and fun entertainment on a rainy day or something. And as you can see, we have a decent amount of bowlers here today. And very reasonable prices for their bowling. It's a good mean of entertainment for a small community such as Fulton. So, shout out to Triple Play. And Patrick leaves behind the 1, 8, and 9 pin. That's pretty tough to leave. And he only gets the 9 pin. So that is not the start that Patrick needed. It is looking very likely, well, more likely that Dylan will move on to the championship match against Josh, but it is still early, so a lot of different scenarios can still happen. And that's hooking towards pocket, and he gets the light mixer. He has carried that numerous times today, and right now he's getting all the breaks and is throwing a good ball, and he deserves the recognition that he is getting. He was the expected winner of this competition due to him being a prodigious bowler, and he also has a pool table in his house, so that helps him too. And he did pretty good at tower flip too. Basketball's not quite his forte, but he's good at all of the other 4 events, so he knew that he wasn't going to do as well in basketball as the other 4. So as long as you do good in most of the events, you can win this thing, and that's what he's showing right now. He let it wash out on his first shot, trying to pick it up. It's close, but he's only going to get the 2 pins on the left. Patrick is up now, looking for a strike or at least a spare to get him back in the match. Here he goes. Way left to target. Did not get his hand around the ball and did not. He lost it at the bottom, so it did not hook back. So only the 7 pin was knocked down on his first shot. Shot 2, he hooked that one better. And he picks up the spare the hard way, the Brooklyn way, or the Hartman way. Hartman didn't like that one very much, and he's giving me the finger. So Dylan wants the mic for a second.
Maybe PJ would bowl better if he wasn't left-handed.
Yes, I agree with that statement. Just like in golf, Patrick stands on the wrong side of the ball. Or in this case, he holds the ball on the wrong side. Maybe that's why Dylan's winning. But okay, so Patrick gets 7 on his first shot and is looking for a decently manageable spare, and he totally misses it. Looking like nothing just happened, though. He is very emotionless right now. Dylan looking calm, cool, and collected. When he is not bowling, he is his usual self, but when he stands up there, he looks like he is focused and confident. Another one that is a little right, but he gets back to the pocket and gets 9, which is still a very good shot. Considering how he's bowled during qualifying, that was very good. The 10 pin is the only thing that is standing. And this is kind of Dylan's Achilles heel. He is not very good at shooting the 10 pin, but we'll see if he gets it here. And he just misses it. He does not want to leave any more 10 pins. Those are his nemesis. That might be the one thing that keeps him from winning this match and advancing to Josh Vanderploeg in the final. He is wiping off the oil on his ball with my chamois that I courteously gave to him. And he throws it, a little left to target. Ooh, bad break there. That's not good. The 5-10 is still standing. A big split that might just let Patrick back into this thing. Huh? Yeah. That's true. Hartman with some wise words. He is a very religious bowler. Hartman's probably looking at these scores and is just kind of snickering at him, smirking. Dylan goes for the big split conversion. Oh, it's close. It's close. Oh, very close. Just barely whiffed the 5 pin. If he just barely nicked it and sent it to the right, it probably would have knocked down the 10. Huh? I don't know. I don't know where Seth is at, if you were wondering. He just abandoned his commentating duties. And another bad shot there for Patrick. Wide of target. Yeah. Dylan, how high is your confidence level right now?
Not that high.
He says not that high, but it must be higher than the rest of the competition because he is beating everybody right now. And another open frame for Patrick. Looking very disgusted in himself. Not very good scoring so far in this match. A little less than I expected. I figured there would be better scores and the higher you get up in the step ladder, but it's actually au the contraire. And he gets a big strike there. A little light, but with a 16-pound ball going at about 17 or 18 miles an hour down the lane, it will carry a lot of pins, and that's what it just showed. Dylan, now with a little pressure on him, after Patrick got that clutch strike in the 7th frame, now looks to bring it back in and leaves another one of his Achilles heels, the 10 pin.
Do you remember how fast Pretzelville, the pretzels, Freeport. Remember how fast their out bowling alley said I was? How fast I was throwing it?
How fast?
22.
Okay. Dylan just added a little more information that was not really relevant to this match, which he does quite often, but we'll let it slide. Here he goes. He's setting up for the 10 pin. And he totally misses it. Patrick is still in this thing, ladies and gentlemen. After a big strike, Patrick is still 100% in this thing. Dylan sets up, looks at his target, trying to hit it. An okay shot, just didn't hook enough for him. Only getting 6 pins there and leaving himself a semi-difficult spare. Dylan probably needs this one to increase his lead. Again, he's using my chamois that I got for $5 off of Amazon.com to wipe off the excess oil off his ball, and he shoots. Only gets 1 pin, so that is a big mistake for Dylan in the 8th frame there. We are getting towards the later stages of this match, and Dylan is starting to choke a little bit. That's a good shot for Patrick. Not rewarded for the Brooklyn, though. It leaves 2 pins, so needs a spare badly to get back into this match. Big spare here for Patrick. And he misses it. He is 9 pins behind Dylan after 8 frames, so he is still in it, but there is a slight lead for Dylan right now. Patrick bowling very quickly. Sets up, starts going. This one looks better, this one looks better. A dead flush strike for Patrick. That was one of the best shots I've seen all day long. Very good. That is a crucial strike for Patrick, as it was in the 9th frame. The foundation frame, as bowlers call it. Going Brooklyn. Totally misses the head pin. Oh my gosh, this is getting intense. Dylan needs a spare to force Patrick to mark in the 10th frame. Well, not technically not, but probably. Most likely. The biggest spare of the Bard Olympics is right here. Can he get it? And he misses it. Huge miss there for Dylan. He is still in it, but is looking like Patrick has the big advantage here in this match. Dylan, the defending champion, is starting to show a little rust here. Dylan must strike out to force Patrick to strike on his first shot. So this is a huge shot right here. Will he strike? No, he will not. Totally misses the head pin. It is looking more and more likely like Patrick will be the Bard Olympics champion, unless he gets dethroned by Josh in the final match. Dylan would win if Patrick lost to Josh in the final match of the Bard Olympics. A lot of pressure on Mr. Patrick Wiebengay right now and Dylan Bridgman. There is literally zero pressure on Josh because he cannot possibly win the competition anymore, but he can still get solo second. Huge miss spare there for Dylan. All Patrick needs is a good count right here. He needs 8 or more pins. He needs 8 pins to tie, 9 pins to win. 8 to tie, 9 to win, yes. That's 9, that's 9. He got 9. Patrick has beaten Dylan Bridgman. No, if he loses to Josh, you win. So Josh has to beat. So, if Patrick loses to Josh in the final match, Dylan will still win the Bard Olympics. So Patrick beats Dylan in the second to last match, meaning that the competition is now out of Dylan's hands and is in the hands of Patrick Wiebengay.
It wasn't by choice. Here's your sham. Yeah. Oh, yeah. PJ bowled a 300 last time.
All right. Here we go, the championship match
Oh, I got snapped.
for the bowling segment of the Bard Olympics. We are ready to go.
What?
Josh is the higher seed, so he will start first on the left lane.
God, Will.
Right now, Dylan is hoping that Josh beats Patrick, and that is a good start with a commanding strike by Josh. So let me redo my math real quick. So Dylan got third place, so he earns 3 points. So he will be sitting at 18 points.
That was a terrible game.
Yes, so if Patrick beats Josh, he will beat Dylan by half a point to claim the Bard Olympics.
But Patrick needs to win.
If he has to win the Bard Olympics, Patrick does. A great shot there by Patrick. Nothing but strikes so far in this match. 3 strikes, 2 for Patrick and 1 for Josh so far.
Hey, we still have some of that easy slide in my grandmother's locker. I'm going to put it on PJ's shoes so he slips all over the place.
I do not know. That is your grandma's locker, not mine, so I have no idea. A shot, here we go for Josh. Gets 8. So
You can't have that, Josh. You have to win.
Dylan is really hoping that Josh wins here. So, this is very intense. If Patrick loses, he earns 4 points for second place, right? So, he will end up with 17.5 points. Dylan is sitting at 18 points. So either way, there will be a half of a point separating first and second. Either way.
So if PJ wins the whole thing. Yeah. But if Josh wins, you win.
Yes, by half a point either way. He is at 18. PJ can either get 18.5 or 17.5. So this is very intense. Right now, Josh is losing, so Dylan is hoping that Josh can pull through for him. That's not good either. 7 for Josh. What was Josh sitting at? Okay, so either way, Josh is going to get third.
Josh? Oh,
Yes. What about Craig, though?
seriously?
Yeah, he got last. He got 15.5. So he's in fourth. So yeah, either way, Josh is going to get third total.
Try Josh.
Don't tell him that, though,
Josh?
because otherwise he's not going to try. Oh, good shot by Patrick. And it just hooks a little too much for him. He really cranked that one.
I needed that.
All right. Dylan has really hoped Patrick messes up here.
Remember anytime we throw a ball, if there was a gutter or anything, Blake's always like, yeah, we needed that.
We needed that. Big spare here for Patrick. And he gets it by the skin of his teeth. Just by a hair.
Your teeth has skin?
It's a saying, Dylan, okay?
Really his do.
Apparently my teeth have skin, so that's weird. Even though it's just a saying. We still have no idea where Seth Sycamore went.
Second game? This is not good.
We think he might have passed out in the bathroom.
I doubt that happened, but we'll see. Big strike there for Patrick Wiebengay.
That way I can always have.
Huge strike there for Patrick.
If I lose, I'm gonna go get a runner-up trophy.
Put that trophy in front of the camera so you can see it. He is putting the Bard Olympics trophy in front of the camera. Very coveted trophy. It is actually a nice trophy. There you go. You can see Bard Olympics champion. There, right there. Josh gets 9. Okay, not bad. You're doing fine.
I swear to God, if I lose, I'm going to go purchase a new trophy that says runner-up.
Dylan says if he gets second, he's going to go get a runner-up trophy for himself, even though he is spending his own money to get it. Hey, stop shaking the table.
Hey, Pierre!
Pierre just walked in, and then he just walked out. Oh, we walked back in again. He can't decide what he wants to do.
He's got work.
Yeah, he has to work and make some bank, so he's got to stay here. Okay, so Josh makes a spare.
Hey, hat glasses.
Josh does make the spare, all right? So this is not over yet. And that is a big miss there for Josh. Oh, you got 7 out of that. That was a good break there. You got 7 pins out of that. Out of a very poor shot. Josh throwing the ball with a lot of speed, and it's really enhancing his pin carry.
Josh.
Dylan's trying to give something to Josh. Oh, it's my chamois.
Use it.
Just wipe it all around the ball.
On the ball, and just like
Spin it around on it.
where the oil is.
Dylan's really trying to do everything to help Josh win right now.
Well, I kept that in my back pocket so no one else could use it.
You should give Josh a reward if he wins.
Yeah, what? The runner-up trophy?
Yes. But he won't. He isn't runner-up. Patrick will get runner-up.
No, I'll let you get a picture with the trophy if you win. Hey, you're down 8, Josh.
You'll give him a free ride.
I'll give you a ride to your house. I told you.
Now a good shot there for Patrick. It went high. Got 8 pins. Not a terrible shot, but not good either.
Well, I can take my shoes off.
It's getting very intense. So far, Patrick has been rock solid. But if he misses a spare, that brings Josh right back into the match. And he gets it dead on. No doubt about it.
Okay, OPE.
Patrick with a commanding lead in this final championship match of the Bard Olympics. And with that quick pace, he is going again. Goes high again. Gets 8. Leaves the left-handed baby split. A pretty difficult spare here for a person that doesn't bowl very often. I think he does.
Looks like he does.
Patrick may actually know what he's doing.
Harry, you look like a cord.
Needs to hook. Only gets 1. Open frame there for Patrick. See this, Ryan? An open frame there for Patrick, which lets Josh right back into the match.
It's like, I want to lean on the table. There's nowhere to lean. Let's wait as it.
Stop
Just relaxing.
Hook a lot. Okay, gets 7. If he gets a spare, then he will be right back in this match.
Give PJ the trophy after this.
He needs a spare badly. Dylan has to go number 2 apparently, and he had to announce it. Josh with a big spare there to get back into this match. You're still up, by the way, Josh. Josh does not bowl often, so I have to give him a tip every once in a while. It's okay. He is actually performing very well today. I am very impressed. Now Josh is only 15 pins behind, and he gets a strike.
Yeah, we needed that. We needed that.
Josh is now only 5 pins behind Patrick Wiebegay.
Really? He's at 110?
No, but he's on a strike, so I'm doing that. I'm adding the strike on it, because he gets double pins, right?
Yeah, we needed that. We needed that. Right
Another 8 for Patrick. The 1-2 once again, very common lead for him. I could give Patrick advice, but I'm not going to, because I kind of want to see something happen.
Yes.
A big miss there for Patrick. So Josh is now only.
We needed that.
That is Blake Warner's favorite saying in a bowling alley is, we needed that.
Mexico City pattern.
Yeah. We are bowling on the Mexico City pattern today.
That had to be said as well. We talked about this and rehearsed it for about a month before the competition about how he was going to say this was the Mexico City pattern. And he just said it. So,
Very heavily oiled in the center.
yeah, he doesn't know what he's talking about, so don't listen to him. Patrick goes one-handed, almost gets it, but leaves behind
Josh.
the 4-pin. Leaves behind the 4-pin. Now Josh, with a little bit of confidence, I think Josh and Patrick are within 5 pins of each other,
Oh, really? Because it looks like 32 pins from my end.
but he's on a strike. They're in about. Here we go, Brooklyn strike. Ooh, so close to a Brooklyn. Still a good shot there for Josh.
Will leave this.
And this is a crucial spare for the Bard Olympics right now. Josh is trying to
Josh, stop. Stand left.
Dylan is giving advice to Josh.
Hey, no, stand left.
Move left. With your feet, move left. Dylan is really trying to help Josh out right now. He really wants him to win, so he wins the Bard Olympics. Oh, it's close. It's close. He got it. Got the spare. He is now only 2 pins behind Patrick Wiebengay. Just 2. With only 2 frames left, Josh is now only 2 pins behind Patrick Wiebengay. Because we need all the chords. Who do you think is going to win this match right now?
I hope it's Josh.
You hope it's Josh. Do you think he's going to win?
Not if he keeps bowling like that.
That was not a good shot. But, it doesn't kill him, but it wasn't good. If he picks up the spare, it didn't hurt him at all. Yeah. It is absolutely crucial for Josh to hit this mark. Otherwise, it will most likely be Patrick Wiebengay that wins the Bard Olympics. Huge spare here. This is to basically decide the Bard Olympics right now. He got it. He got it. Josh got the spare. Dylan is about to have a panic attack due to the intensity of the situation. Yeah, a heart attack.
Heart attack at the age of 16.
Oh, it's a good shot. It's a good shot. He gets the strike. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
The only advantage Josh has right now is that.
Honestly, I have no idea what's going to happen. They're
The only
both.
advantage you have right now, Josh, is him bowling in the 10th frame first.
Yes. Patrick bowls in the 10th frame first, so that means that the whole Bard Olympics is in Josh's hands between Patrick and Dylan winning. That's not good. Okay, you got 9. You got 9.
Here's foot cross. I think it's foot cross the line. I'm serious. I think it's good. I swear to God, I think it's foot cross the line.
Okay, so we will do the math after he finishes his 10th frame to what Josh has to
Foot
get.
cross the line right there. I think that's an automatic win for me.
Big spare here.
Fair and sick.
You got it. Big spare there by Patrick. Oh my gosh.
6 pins.
Might be shut now.
No, he doesn't. No. Josh is on a spare, 137. He can't shut him out. Patrick cannot shut out Josh, no matter what he does. And with 9 there, we will do the math. Okay, so Josh obviously needs to. Josh needs 2 strikes and 4 pins to tie. 2 strikes, yes. 2 strikes and 5 pins to win.
2 strikes, 4 pins.
To tie. 2 and 5 to win. Uh-oh. Nope. Patrick has won the Bard Olympics. How does it feel, Patrick? Patrick, I asked you a question. Okay. We will have a post-game interview with the Bard Olympics champion, Patrick Wiebengay, in a little bit. Josh trying to clean up a spare, and he does. That was very impressive. So, the final standings for the Bard Olympics is Patrick Wiebengay taking the W with 18.5 points. Dylan coming in close second with just 18 points and only a half a point behind. Josh coming in third. Craig coming in fourth. And Ryan Snyder coming in fifth. So the defending champion does not go back-to-back in the Bar Olympics. Interview Patrick. Patrick, you will have an interview from Seth Sycamore.
Patrick Weebing here. So, Patrick, how'd you lose all your IQ points?
It's basketball. I got elbowed in the head a couple times playing basketball, and I think it helped my bowling game.
I don't know about that, Patrick. You look pretty pathetic out there if you want my honest opinion about it, but that's okay.
I won, so you can shut
That's
the fuck
okay.
up.
Oh, wow, that was rude, but that's all right. Patrick Weebing, everybody, congratulations on your win, even though it's the only... I'm not going to shake your hand, but congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That was the post-game interview there with Patrick. I think that was more of a not liking Seth Sycamore type thing than actual feelings, but very good win there for Patrick. He will bring home the trophy. Dylan, present the trophy to him. Or do you want me to? Andrew, do you want to let me card? Sure. Here, I gotta present the trophy. Sure. Hey, wait, love it. Can I go home real quick? Okay. He's just gonna share here. Alright. Patrick Weebing, Bar Olympics champion. There you go.
Thanks for watching. Signing off, Blake Warner.
Andrew Schrader, we'll see you later.